What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Raidchat podcast, episode number 3. We're switching it up this time, doing some gaming podcasts here today. We're going to be talking about Overwatch.
Cut. Stop the video. Stop. I have a confession to make. I didn't record my sound. I recorded everybody else's, except my own. So what I'm going to do is attempt to do a voiceover and just try to guess at what I said. I just want to shout out my wonderful co-host Norman and our excellent guests Chris, Fahad, and Gabe. Thank you all for this episode. I hope you enjoy. But this isn't the last you're going to be seeing of me.
I am joined by a little extra than my single guest, Richard.
What's
up? We have got a great group of people here today. Richard, why don't you lead it off?
Hey, it's Richard, aka So Lonely. So I've been playing Overwatch for about 3 to 4 years, and I started on PlayStation. Now I play on PC, and it's honestly all thanks to these guys down below, Fahad and Gabe. They kind of got me into the game. Was a hater at first, but then I just fell in love with the game. I would say I'm a tank main, but I can honestly play and flex to anything.
Bro, it's like an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting right here.
Oh no, 100%.
I've been playing since launch.
Hi, my name's Richard.
I'm a victim of Overwatch.
Hi, Richard.
I've been addicted for 6 years and counting. Yeah.
All right. Our next guest new to the podcast on this episode, we have Risky Chris P.
What is up, everybody? My name is Chris. You probably know me as Risky Crispy. You probably don't know me at all, but if you do, it's probably Risky Crispy. That's my handle on most everywhere. I've been playing Overwatch since launch. I started on PC, went to console for a bit, and now I am back. I've seen the light once again. I'm back on PC. I have a little over 700 hours in this game, so I'm going places. Don't you worry. I do have the Overwatch 1 Platinum on PlayStation. And yeah, I've loved Overwatch. I remember when it first came out, my friend at the time was trying to convince me to play it. And I was like, man, I'm not going to spend $60 on a multiplayer only game. Are you crazy, dude? And now it's one of my favorite games of all time by a pretty wide margin. So I am enjoying Overwatch 2 and looking forward to talking about it with y'all.
I appreciate you, Chris. Thanks for popping on today. Next up, we have one half of Moon Tiger, Gabe.
Oh, it's me. You gotta specify which half.
My fault. Yeah, I
It's
know.
the moon.
the
Moon half.
Yeah. Well, Moon first, so we'll go Moon.
Okay. Hi, I am Moon, also known as Gabe, and I've been playing for a while. You could say since the beta itself. It's been an up and down ride, and we're gonna talk about it here today. But yeah, I have a lot of hours, more than 1,500, which is honestly, I'm ashamed to say it at this point. But it's a fun game, and I enjoy it. And now that Overwatch 2, my love for the game has reignited itself. So
That was a very passionate intro, Gabe. I can't wait to make you change your mind. Last but not least, we have the man Overwatch drip down.
Yes,
my
sir.
boy Fahad.
I had to, bro. I had to for this episode. Yes, my name is Fahad. I'm the other half of Moon Tiger, the Tiger half. I also have been playing this game since the beta and since the launch. Regrettably, for like 6 years now, through the ups and downs. Played it a lot. I think I have the most hours out of everyone here. Sadly, I want to say it's close to 2K or even more. It was
Wow.
It was a lot. But we got the plat, we got to GM. That's all that matters. Am I right, Norman? Am I right, Chris?
Damn right.
Yeah,
Damn right.
Club, yeah.
But yeah, like Gabe, we kind of ever since Overwatch 2 was announced, it kind of went downhill for a bit. But since the release of Overwatch 2, we've all been playing it. We all love it. So I'm excited to talk about it.
Oh, for sure. Me too.
Nice. All right. Well, I do have also an Overwatch history. It's nowhere near as long as these guys. Maybe longer than Richard's, but not longer than these other three. I started playing at launch pre-beta. Actually, I blame myself for making everyone get into this game.
You showed it to us.
I showed it to them.
So,
We played it.
Yeah,
After
no one else to
Battleborn.
blame. Battleborn.
Yeah, we played Battleborn.
R.I.P.
Thank you for reminding me what that game was. I forgot. My peak is GM Season 4. That is it. And after that, it was all downhill from there. I haven't touched it since then. I haven't played Overwatch 2 yet, but I've seen a lot of stuff from
You
it.
played it
so.
once after launch.
You played it once, yeah.
I played the beta. I don't think I
did you play like
you played
Kush
with
or
Kush
someone
and then
Tanya?
Tanya on stream.
Oh, I did. Okay,
Yeah, it shows how much you really like
that
it.
counts.
You
That
just erase
counts.
it from your memory.
Yeah, that
Right.
counts.
It's
that
not
counts.
nearly as good as Battleborn 2 anyway. You're not missing much.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There's a funny story about that because both the betas came out at like around the same time, but Battleborn was first. And we played that beta and we're like, this game is fun. We should all buy it. Then we played the Overwatch beta and we're like, bro, what is Battleborn?
I was like, what the hell are we playing?
Never heard of her.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Overwatch. I don't know, man. I guess for you guys, since I haven't really played the game that much. How are you guys enjoying it so far? About a month in.
Overwatch 2 honestly has been a lot of fun. I really been liking it. 5v5, I knew it would take some time to get used to, but it's starting to click now, and it's new. If this is a new game, the way you think about the game is new. And we get content now. Like I said, I've only been playing for 3 years, so like Fahad and Gabe, who've been here since day one and are still here, they finally get content. I know, they wanted stuff and they get it now.
I've really been enjoying it. I just finished the battle pass yesterday, so I've been putting in a lot of time. And I kind of have come to the consensus, I feel like, that talking to a lot of people, if you've played a lot of the first one, especially we're playing it before this came out, you can really feel the differences in everything. And otherwise, I think it's kind of harder to pinpoint what makes this Overwatch 2 versus Overwatch 1, other than the obvious change from 6v6 to 5v5. But overall, I think almost all of the character changes they made have been really satisfying and good for the game. And my only real big negative is that it feels like matchmaking has been kind of thrown out of whack with all the new players playing. And obviously it's good for the health of the game that new people are coming in, and that'll get better over time, I'm sure. But that's kind of been my only real critique outside of the obvious like glitches and bugs and server issues they've had
big
at
difference
launch.
with 5v5 or 6v6. The way you play the game is so different now.
And I want to say something, because a lot of people, when referring to this game, right, a lot of the hate and comments are just like, it's the same thing, why would they even call it a sequel, all this stuff. And in my opinion, it's free to play, bro. It's okay, but this is the thing. It is a free to play update. So no matter, like, you don't have to pay anything or give anything to get all this new content. So there's no, like, just hating on it because not much has changed is, I feel like, redundant, because it's not like you're paying for a sequel, right? So, and it's Overwatch. I want it to be Overwatch. I just want Overwatch with content. Like, I don't want a new system, a new engine, and new characters. I don't want any of that. I just want Overwatch, but with new content. That's all I wanted. So I am satisfied.
I think the big thing for me coming into this was the one tank. As a tank player, I was worried, especially I play off tanks, so I didn't know what to expect. I think they did a good job.
It was definitely scary. It was scary when they said they were gonna drop one tank, and everyone was freaking out. Like, we're gonna lose one player in the party. Like, 2v2, like 2-2-2 is still balanced. Zarya, Ryan, and then
Marissa.
Yeah, and then it didn't look good that, Papa Jeff left, and then Jeff Goodman also left. Like, all these people were dropping. So I'll be honest, I was scared for the launch of Overwatch 2, but I'm glad to say, at least so far, every time we play, even the losses, they can be infuriating, but I'm still having fun playing the game.
Sure, definitely.
Which is something I couldn't consistently say for the past 3 years. So, yeah.
Dude, it's just Overwatch 1 was just getting so stale, It wasn't fulfilling to get a win anymore, and, you were numb to the losses, but you just kept playing. You couldn't stop playing.
Yeah, I'd say, like, this release was, like, definitely great for you guys, just to, like, since you've had nothing for so long, like, absolutely nothing for so long, so then for them to come out with this, I mean, yeah, the release was, like, not the best. I know some people took off work and couldn't even play the first day.
I did. I was one of them.
Yeah.
I took off, what was it, Tuesday, October 4th, right? Maybe I thought it was gonna be like a midnight release.
Dude,
No, and then
Richard was so excited. Like he was so excited.
I didn't end up playing till like midnight. Like I could have gone to work that day.
Dude, it was like I felt bad like trying to fuck with him midday. I was like, man, I was like, how's the beta going? How's the game going? I just know like no one's live, no one's playing. I just didn't want to be an asshole. I know he was like so excited for it. There's still like some minor bugs. I know, like well, obviously the characters being out.
You can get in the game now, at least.
Yeah, you can get in the game. I've watched your stream a a couple times, and I've seen characters like spazzing out.
Oh
like,
yeah,
is that like an actual thing?
Everywhere.
The Harlem, I call it the Harlem Shake because everyone just starts freaking out and shaking on my screen. I feel like it happens more for me than others. Everyone else says like it happens to them like occasionally or sometimes, but man, like if I get up close to someone, they start like just freaking out on my screen, and I don't know what to do. It does have to do
with server issues because when we first started playing, it was bad. Like
it was
really tough. They were Harlem shaking all over the place.
It never happened on Overwatch 1 either.
Not one.
I haven't seen it at all yet for me.
Okay, so I had this one bug when I was playing with y'all once where it looked like everybody got abducted by aliens. Everyone got beamed up to the sky. It was so weird.
Even yesterday, Fod, you remember Sod had those weird like lines coming from the center of my there was like a vertex coming out of me into Sod and just like a bunch of lines.
It's like you were a puppet master for him. Like you were a puppet master.
So just some bugs. Nothing game breaking, but it was visually just like weird, you know?
I mean Bastion.
Yeah, Bastion was game breaking. If you didn't know, you could put like 15 of his ults on around point.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Something that could be game breaking is the glitch with Mercy's gun. With her sound.
The hitbox is crazy?
Oh no, not the hitbox, the sound.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I get this bug where I can just keep hearing her shooting.
Dude, it's so annoying. I thought I was going crazy because I would ask about that and no one. I'd be like, "Do you guys? Is Mercy nearby? Is she just shooting her gun?" And people would like be like, "Chris, what are you talking about?" I'm like, "Do you guys hear that? I'm not crazy."
They'd be like, "Chris, they have Zen Lucio."
Dude, it's crazy. I'm so glad because I've been wondering about that because I did also see the thing about the hitboxes.
Yeah, the hitbox is weird. I know it was like that in Overwatch 1, so I don't know if it's worse in Overwatch 2. Yeah, with the bug, like I remember a game where I had a Mercy. And I just keep hearing her shooting. And I'm like, no, heal me. Please heal. But yeah, it was just the bug.
So does the Mercy have to be in the game for it to happen or no?
I don't know. I think I had one on my team every time, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so I guess it's just randomly. Okay.
Yeah, another glitch I've been getting is with my friends list. I log in and my friends list is empty.
That still happens, yeah. That's
a weird one.
We have to cheat the system to invite our friends. Like you have to like manually type it in as a command.
First world problems.
Manually type in to invite.
Yeah.
Like a turnaround for Bastion Torb yet? What you guys?
I think they came out. Huh? Oh, I think they came out today again.
Yeah, but they came back on the game now.
Well, Torb was available in quick play, but Bastion was banned and everything.
I guess it's time to stop playing now, guys.
It was kind of peaceful not having to worry about like a turret or a big turret, you know?
Yeah, I remember a game actually with these three. We were on Paraiso and it was in overtime. It was a very close game, and I was just like, wait, watch, they're gonna go some cheese like Bastion and Torm, and then we realized no, they can't do anything. And it was great.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that Bastion's gonna help counter Zarya now? Like that he's back? Is that you think that burst would be enough? Because that's
no, they still have to nerf her, and I'm glad they're doing.
We honestly haven't had a lot of time with the new Bastion, so we'll see.
Yeah, just to kind of touch on, like, I guess the one other issue I have had since launch with the game from a gameplay standpoint is that I do feel like there are certain characters that are just really oppressive right now, and it's mainly Zarya and Genji, in my experience.
And Moira, I feel it's still kind of can be.
I feel like Moira's the only like real counter that supports have for Genji, and I personally I feel like you could deal with Moira easier than you can deal with Genji, and so with her being a counter to him, I'm like, you know what? Just leave her. It's fine. Fix the other stuff first, then we can talk about that.
Yeah, I'll agree. You know, those three definitely feel like the most annoying. Honestly, you know, a lot of them, whereas I've been seeing, they just fade into the back line, hold right click, and just die. And they're annoying and just feeders. But with like Genji and Zarya in a game where I feel like communication so much more important. They just dive and you have to change your whole team comp. You know, a certain tank, a certain healer, a certain DPS, and you know, those are the ones that feel the most depressing. Where you trying your best and you can't do anything.
It's been a little frustrating, but on the one hand, I do kind of respect the fact they're not just like knee-jerk reacting to everything and, you know, rushing out a patch too soon and like nerfing one of them into the ground or, you know, not putting the thought into it. Because I know in the past, with Blizzard, which I know it's a different team, but like I'm wearing a Hearthstone shirt right now, you know, another Blizzard game. And like I was really into that game for a long time. And that one of the things that drove me off from it was that like anytime a new expansion would come out, there would inevitably be like 1 or 2 cards that was super busted or 1 or 2 classes, and they would just like the week after be like, oh, our bad, we're just going to make this unplayable now actually. And it's like there has to be some sort of like happy middle ground, especially with like the Overwatch League and these people trying to play it competitively. So I, as annoying as it is for me right now, I understand the logic and I respect it.
I don't know, like, to be honest, I think Overwatch they're pretty wishy-washy with their stuff. Like, do you remember a time like when Hog was busted?
was busted,
yeah, or like Genji, like they get these buffs and they'll be great for like a month, and then they'll just get nerfed into the ground and just be completely unplayable. Or I don't know, like all the times they try to change Moira with her orbs and stuff, and those would be so bad, and no one would ever like those. And then they just take him away after a week.
Was Genji like good before?
He was good, but it's just since duelists are so much better now, I feel like because there's a whole less tank to peel, that he just becomes immediately like a lot more oppressive and powerful. But
you're also more spread out too.
Look, for changing the whole game dynamic, 2 or 3 characters being somewhat busted is honestly better than I expected.
Yeah,
like, it could have been a lot worse. I feel like it could have been so terrible, and I'm glad they did the betas because the betas did help in like a kind of getting it ready for launch and fixing some of that stuff. So as much as I hate Zarya and I hate Genji, I'm okay with waiting a little bit, fixing that, and then moving past it. It's not the worst.
Yeah, it's only till December too, from what they said. And I hope after that it's a little bit more consistent. But even then, like it's been so much worse. Like remember when Mercy got her ultimate changed for the first time? She was meta for like a year.
Yeah.
A year you just saw Mercy every game because they didn't know what to do with her, and they take so long to update. And another example is Apex. Like if something is completely broken in Apex Legends, then they'll nerf it. But if it's just like super good but not broken, but it needs, if it's meta, they'll wait for the whole season and then nerf them maybe the next season or something. So
to do it,
yeah,
that's how you have to do it. I think like Overwatch, like I guess a character, like a whole character, like destroying games, you can maybe do it like mid-season or something. But like a character being busted off rip, I didn't really realize like taking out a tank would do so good for Genji. Like because he was honestly like he wasn't that great. Like
he was alright. Like, he had some metas where he did good.
If you were really good, you would carry a game, but like it wouldn't be like you almost need to have one at like one point, or like you're just frying everybody.
I think it's even less about the losing one tank and more about the amount of CC they took out of the game. Like not having having Cassidy's flashbang, like all those hard not having Mei's freeze. Like Mei's still a counter, but not as hard. A lot of the utility that you could switch to hard counter him is gone, and that I think in combination with one less.
But I do still like the CC changes. Keep that. I was against it in the beginning, but it makes the game just a lot less toxic.
As a tank main, I can actually play the game. I'm not CC forever, and I just want to just put everything down. I can actually play.
Yeah, there's a clip. There's a clip of Tim the Tap Man. I remember. I'll never forget because he was playing Rhine, and he gets like Doomfist punched, and then Sombra hacked, then Mei froze, then Roadhog hooked, then slapped and like he just couldn't play for 10 seconds straight. And I'm like, dude, I would have left the game, bro. I would have just left the game. What's the point, man? So I also was scared about the CC changes because like now, I was afraid people like Genji would dominate. But after playing it, it's way better than having to deal with like all those stuns constantly.
But yeah, sometimes I just miss it a little. Like I just wish I had break shield bash, man.
And they kept a little, like every tank has maybe, well, not every tank, but a lot of tanks have some form of CC. And then we have like Ana. She's the only like non-tank with like a CC, and I guess a Junkrat trap. But still, there's some, but it's not like as prominent as it was before.
Yeah, I honestly think just like communication's very important in this game. Like that's why they added the pinging system, so you can communicate with people that aren't in voice chat. And you have to play together as a team. I always get that one tank that just is W keying just all the way down into their spawn, and you can't get to them, and you're getting dove in the back line, and everything's going crazy.
Bro, I swear there's some tanks, bro, that they forget that the team exists. They're going international. They're flying.
We play with some of them.
Oh man.
Yeah, that could be me. Man. Not all the time, but that's sometimes.
I'm not gonna lie, that was my Ryan last night. I was like, oh, I'm getting healed. That's fine. I'm just gonna charge real quick.
No, but you were destroying though. No, but I know what Gabe means. Like they'll be like in Uganda, bro. And we'll just be on the payload. We're like, bro, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. Happens.
Tanks, like, they're kind of strong, especially like you're a Zarya, bro. Like you're living, like you almost can't die. Roadhog, just from the few games I played, like it's almost impossible to kill like a hog. It feels like Ryan is almost a DPS.
That's true. The way like, he does damage. I think people just aren't used to playing off tanks in like a solo tank position. So yeah, especially people like Diva and Hog, in a sense, it's kind of weird to play them like as a main tank.
It is, right? It's so weird.
You're used to diving people and isolating people, and you're like, oh, my team will be fine, but nah, like you're the only tank, so like
tank now honestly feels like playing support and like Smite or like any MOBA. Like you're expected to engage and start the fight, then turn around and peel, and CC and mitigate damage and get in the way, and it's so much more now.
Responsibility, but you just need to manage it.
Yeah, you just have to play around that one tank, and whatever tank dies first, that team's probably gonna lose that fight.
Damn, we're just talking about it, and I want to play it. I'll be honest.
Yeah, hey, Halloween event, guys. Halloween event came out today.
Y'all go play that after this.
Halloween event could be a good segue into talking about the skins and that new shop if y'all want to. That's another one of the other big negatives, I think.
Yeah, 100%. I could definitely talk about that. Like, it's weird because I've told Chris this before, and after like Overwatch kind of like we burnt out on it, we all started playing Apex a lot, and that's a free-to-play game that has loot boxes, but it also has like skins that you can spend money for, and they're also overpriced. But I don't know, like I could get away with spending maybe some money on that game since it's always been free to play. But with Overwatch, like they're selling some of the skins that used to be free from past events for like $20.
Really?
And, yeah, like some of the like they're selling a Halloween bundle that comes with like 4 skins for like $44, and they're all past skins.
So the base price for a legendary skin now is 1,900 credits, which is $19. But most of the time they're bundled with other sprays or voice lines or emotes that then they'll rack up the price for, so that it has to be like
about that stuff. Yeah.
Like right now, like
the Kiriko one, right?
The Kiriko bundle that just came out today for Halloween. It is 2,600 credits to buy, which is $26, and they're trying to say that's 29% off because it comes with her new skin, a weapon charm, a highlight intro, a player icon, and a name card. And so they're saying, oh, look at all this stuff we're throwing in, but you can't buy it with any in-game currency, and you can't even buy just the skin. It's not like if you wanted to just buy that, which should just be 1,900, you can't. You still have to go out and buy the entire pack, which let me see here. So the for $20, because it gives you a 10% bonus, you can get 2,200 coins. So you can't even individually buy enough Overwatch credits to be close to that. The next cheapest amount you could get would be the 5,700 bundle, which is $50.
That's so grimy.
It's
Yeah.
gross. Or you could do. I guess you could buy
do 2 10s and a 5.
yeah, the 20, yeah, the 20 and then a 10
But
or
the
something
sum,
like
you're
that.
still
But
spending a lot.
you're still spending. Yeah, you're still
Yeah.
spending.
Half a
Dude,
game.
If anyone's worked retail before, like that 29% means jack shit. Like it's
Oh,
always it's
100%.
always on sale. Like
And
it's
you
al-
know, yeah,
there's
and the
always a
reason
sale.
they write like 29% is to like have the consumer be like, "Oh, I'm buying this on
yeah.
sale." It justifies the purchase. But boy, no one cares about no
Dude.
avatar or
Look,
voice line.
some people
or
do.
spray.
The weapon charms are kind of cool.
Well, I don't equip it on Zenyatta. I don't equip
They
it on
literally just put a
Zenyatta.
push pin in this man's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks so weird on Zenyatta. I'm like, no, that's so
And
weird.
Moira's is on her wrist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So I don't play Apex. Like, what is the standard? Like, if you were to go buy a legendary skin for them, what is that? Like, what does that
It's
cost? How does it
honestly
compare?
similar. It's honestly
similar.
kind of similar, but like I guess Apex being like always free is like, I mean, even that really doesn't defend it. Personally, I think Apex needs to do a little bit better with their skins. Like I think they released this last Battle Pass season was
trash.
probably one of the worst set of skins I've
The
seen
one
ever.
with
So
the
like
Wraith and the Caustic skin.
In Caustic,
yeah, it was horrible.
I will say something though. I will say something. Yeah, I agree that Apex could do a lot better with their skins, and their heirlooms are also super overpriced. But the thing I do like about Apex is since they keep their loot boxes in, imagine if Overwatch kept their loot boxes in and you could still get in-game currency. That's what Apex does. So you can get in-game currency with those loot boxes and then craft those skins.
Currency no more?
No, not in Overwatch.
What the hell?
I'm back. Did you miss me? I told you I'd be back. All right, so we're gonna run to the second problem with the podcast. For some reason, the recording just stopped midway through, and I didn't realize for a couple minutes. But don't worry, you didn't miss much. We're still talking about the Overwatch shop and how overpriced everything seems. Thank you for watching so far. I hope you're enjoying. Just pay attention to my face when we get back. I am terrified because I have no clue what just happened.
How much you guys have played?
Yeah.
But you can't even use the in-game currency to buy like the new stuff either in Overwatch 2. So.
I mean, it's just there's other free-to-play games that do that though. I don't think like Apex is a special example, but I think a lot of them also don't have any. Like Smite doesn't give you any in-game currency to like buy skins, right?
No, Smite has an in-game currency. You can get
does.
worshippers, and you can, as you level up your character, you can buy the golden, the legendary, and the diamond skin. And then also, some recolors you can use worshippers to get those.
Okay.
And also,
But not, like,
with Twitch, there's a rotating shop, and you get viewer points from Twitch, and use those to buy stuff.
Well, I mean, I guess Overwatch does that with their tokens.
And they sometimes give you gems too, right? In Smite.
Yeah, you can get gems from daily login, battle pass, and some events.
And their skins are cheaper too, I think. So
I don't know about cheaper, but they might have the best ones, honestly.
yeah, I mean, Smite is the game I play the least out of them, but yeah, I do agree that they probably have the best skins. A lot of MOBAs like that have like really good skins. Heroes of the Storm.
The two biggest points
League.
is they couldn't sell the Overwatch 1 skins for money, considering they were already free, and they should allow you to be able to get the battle pass, like the next battle pass with the current one, if you finish it. I think those are two big points that if they worked on that, then
you hear a lot less complaining just with in-game currency. Like let you be able to like at least earn part of the skin.
Even if it's a little bit like Apex, they don't give you a lot, but it's just
like 20. That's not a 26. I saw the skin. It's not a $26 skin. Like
I got Witch Mercy for free, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say Witch Mercy was free, man.
Yeah.
That I'm not paying $26 for that. But like, I don't know, like that, and then also just the whole heroes being unlocked through the battle pass is like, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about it.
With these games that we've been referencing, like Apex and Smite and even Valorant, you get a select characters to begin with, and they take forever to unlock the full roster. With Smite, you have to buy the full roster pretty much.
This game Apex isn't as hero reliant as Valorant as what's it called?
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Like Overwatch, your hero determines, like, it's so rock paper scissors heavy.
And you can swap your hero in the middle of an Overwatch game. The other games you can't. You're like stuck with them per match. So I think that matters too.
So I don't know why they would do that, considering you get the hero like really early in the battle pass anyways, right? and then after the battle pass is done, you just get it. Like I think it's an unnecessary just like paywall that a lot of people like. I don't think people will be like, "Oh, I need the new hero. I'm gonna pay it," but maybe they will. Who knows?
I mean, if the character is good, plus like games have a track record of like when characters come out, they're usually a little on the stronger side, so they can like tune them back as they go. So like if you have this character like who's just dogging you like every rank game you get in, then you're probably gonna be more inclined to pay for it.
You get it through the free battle pass anyway.
Yeah, but it's like 50 or something. It's like pretty far in.
55, I think.
You know, games are notorious for, you know, their DLC characters to be broken on release, but I honestly think Overwatch has been done a great job. You know, Junker Queen was a little broken on release, but
that's good though.
Sojourn and Kiriko honestly haven't felt that bad.
It's just weird because like you would think their counter argument would be, well, we don't let those characters the new characters run in competitive for the first 2 weeks anyway. But then it's like, are you saying you think that it's going to take people 2 weeks to get to tier 55 in your battle pass? Because I mean, I did, but I played like every day because it was launched and I was super stoked, and I was doing every daily challenge and every weekly challenge.
Well,
like,
that's what I'm saying. If you play
that's
every
the
day,
case. Yeah,
exactly.
It's like it just feels like then it's a poorly designed. Yeah, and then at that point, you're probably dedicated enough. You just bought it anyway. You know, like I think I agree with you. I think the real crux of the issue with the prices is like Fahad said, it ultimately it just feels dirty, like because of the fact that we knew what they were worth before, and like we have other games like y'all are talking about that we can point to that almost all of them do it better in some way, shape, or form. None of them are great, but they either, like with Fortnite, like you said, at least you can pay for the next battle pass, even though I think the skins are roughly the same. But even then, a lot of those are licensed characters. I'm like, well, maybe they have to pay to get, you know, Goku or whatever. Like that makes a little more sense. It's like there's so many other examples we can point to, including the previous version of this game that did this better. And it's just, I think that makes it sting a little bit more, especially because it's just in such stark contrast to before, where I'm looking at my skins now and I'm like, yeah, I have 114 out of 133 cosmetics for Genji, and like that ratio is just going to keep going down more and more, and like that's just a bad feeling that the more I play, the less percentage I'm going to have, unless I want to spend thousands of dollars, literally, if you were to buy everything.
The completionist is talking.
I know. It's gross. They're coming for
I'm
me.
not going to lie, you know, with the whole thing with the shop and, you know, selling these old skins, it just seems a little desperate.
It is a little. The hero thing seemed very desperate, in my opinion. The hero thing was unnecessary.
It just confuses me because they already said that we're not going to get a hero every season. Like next season, we're getting a new hero and map, but then the season after that, they said they're going to alternate between a new map and a new hero. So if we get a season with, I mean, yeah, but then like that battle pass won't have a new hero. So what's incentivizing those players to buy it?
The map is locked.
Yeah, the map is.
Oh man,
value.
Bro, this map sucks. Do not buy the battle pass.
Dude, you loaded rank.
Yeah, it's Volskaya 2.0, bro.
Oh man, if you don't have the map in rank, you just auto lose.
I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like, yeah, I kind of feel like when you look at Blizzard's other games, though, it's kind of makes sense because, like, I played a little bit of WoW, and I know it's like, what? I think it's, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think it's like $20 just to change servers or something like that. It's like for Heroes of the Storm, they were super, super egregious with like their XP boosters and stuff like that. And obviously, like, you had to buy all those heroes, and it was super slow to level up. Hearthstone, it like expansions every 3 or 4 months.
The whole meta
the
changes.
Base packs were like $50 a pack, and you kind of felt like at some point you had to buy those if you wanted to keep up. It's like they just kind of had this track record of knowing how passionate I feel like their fans are and how big their player bases are, and kind of wanting to, I don't want to sound harsh and so like taking advantage of them, but I mean, like, they know what they have, and
they're exploiting us.
Dude, 100%, dude. 100%. They don't have to win over like these new people. The new people never knew how, like, what they had.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Like, they're targeting the new people that are getting on for the free to play.
Yeah, we're 100%. Getting my bad. You guys are getting abused.
Yeah, it does sound like they're kind of catering more towards the newer fan base, but I don't know, as like the fan base has been with them for so long, I feel like we should get a little more, I don't know, but you know, with these characters, unlocking new characters, people like us we're gonna play so much and eventually get them.
Well, that's what I was saying. If you play it a lot, you're gonna get the character. You're gonna get the battle pass, and you get the character. But if you don't play enough, it's like
I think like.
I mean, but I think someone can love Overwatch a lot, but not play as much as we do. Like maybe they can only play.
Yeah, you're gonna have your casual gamer who can only play every now and then.
Well, I think one thing I forget about now is that if you are a new player, like you only have like what, a fourth of the roster when you start anyway now, because they have that new unlock system.
That's
so it's
true.
like for them it probably doesn't really matter that much because they're like, well, I only have like by the time I've unlocked every character, then I'll decide if I want to spend actual money to get these last one or two or whatever it is.
Bro, man,
I'm okay with that. I'm low-key okay with that.
I am
you're
so
okay with
uninformed
it until you queue with one of them, and you're like,
yeah.
You're like, please switch.
That's why we
like,
I can't. I can't.
Well, that's true, but like, I feel like if you're new to Overwatch, aren't you going to be overwhelmed by like 30 people? If you tell that guy to switch, they're going to be like, how do I play this guy to begin with, So
yeah,
they're going to be like, what's a Zenyatta?
Yeah, I like how they're easing the newer fan base. They understand that there's going to be a big influx of newer people, but other games, like Apex and Valorant, they give you some characters and you got to learn and unlock others, which is pretty cool.
I guess if you're brand new, it makes you like less inclined to one trick because like you're like I have this limited group of characters, so we just play them as they come along. So then you kind of like, because I always hated one tricks in ranked.
It's like you get that dopamine. It's like, oh, I just unlocked Torb. Well, now that he's new, I didn't have the choice to play him before. Let me try him out, and then then you go on a downward spiral because it's Torb. But like,
I'll give them another thing, bro. Those mythic skins
are very
clean. Very clean. They're some of the best skins in the game.
How do you get those?
And they're only $10. They're like the end of battle pass.
They're the ending battle pass, which
really?
Which is kind of cool that you get them with the battle pass, because I'll say other games like Apex, sometimes the skin at the end is trash.
Dude, no, I will agree. I will agree with this. If they can make nice skins, if they make good skins, then I will give it to them because I truly think like Apex battle pass skins are awful.
Yeah, they're awful. Like Overwatch skins compared to the Apex ones in the battle pass are a million times better.
I'm only comparing Apex to that because it's the only two games I play. I know Valorant has like I remember I would see stuff in Discord about Valorant and they're like skin whatever, or like how they're charging for their skins. But like if Overwatch gives you like quality skins through the battle pass, and I guess you unlock the character and it makes it like kind of worth playing, then I guess you can look past it. I still don't agree with the character being at 50 something. Probably like a little early. Like I would think like at least
halfway.
If you buy like, do they have a premium battle pass? Is there a premium battle pass where you get like more tiers? Okay, if you buy that, you should get the character at least.
Yeah, if you buy the battle pass, you get it automatically.
If you buy the battle pass, you get it automatically. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How much does the battle pass cost? Because I got the watch point pack, so I didn't have to buy this first one.
Yeah, I think it's like $10.
I think they're universally $10 in like a lot of free to play games.
See, I kind of feel like that's okay. Like there is a lot of filler in this battle pass, but like there are still some really good skins, and that's what's so crazy to me. Like they have a mythic skin in this, you get a free one automatically right off the bat, and then there's like 3 or 4 legendaries that are in it as you go, and it's like, and you have something to work towards. Like I like that. I would be happy to support them for $10 every 2 months.
Like stack this first battle pass, and then the rest will be a little worse.
I don't think so. I think it's probably going to be like the rest, where it's like it's just going to depend on your tastes. I mean, some of them will be objectively bad, I'm sure, but like
I trust them.
Yeah. So it's like I think that's actually a totally fair, viable system, and I would be happy to support them by doing that, knowing it's a free to play game and they have to have money to keep the game going. Like that's fine. It's just the individual stuff that like in the shop that I think is totally broken. That especially when you use that as the baseline, like you're going to charge me $10 for this mythic skin plus everything else in between, but you're going to charge me $26 for this one Kiri. Like, I don't understand where they make that equation. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, it's beyond odd. I mean, I guess like maybe the seasonal exclusiveness, but even then it's like not even like it's not even justified at all.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets better. I mean, we never know.
They're still changing things. They're flexible.
Yeah, it's bad now, but Blizzard is, like I said, I think they've done a pretty good job with listening to their fan base, so things will change.
Always been pretty solid with that sometimes. All right, well, I think that's pretty good for the Battle Pass stuff. How was your guys' ranked stuff so far? I know you guys started jumping in ranked. I saw some people might have placed lower than others. Some people might not be where they want to be, like bronze 5 or something like that. but you know, I Overwatch ranked was what made me like fall like in love with the game, because like just especially like queuing up like in a 5 stack or 6 stack back in the day and like winning games. That's probably what kept me going. And then eventually when it devolved to solo queuing is where I tailed off. But how has it been so far, at least at the start for you guys?
It hasn't been too bad. I've been enjoying it so far.
Oh man, that didn't sound optimistic.
I like it. Yeah.
I just heard,
you know what? Rank honestly hasn't been that bad. I honestly have been enjoying it quite a bit so far. I do kind of miss, after a win, seeing your bar you go up, your SR, but not seeing it go down, I think has been really cool. I honestly wish they did a reset though.
Look, it sucks not seeing your progress, but it's also good for us and for our mental health not seeing our progress. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Well, I think the
seeing all those red defeats.
Yeah, I think the system's just better designed now, because like it used to be each game mattered so much, and there were so many things that were out of your control, that like it would feel awful if I was like looking at how crazy I was like, man, I'm putting up numbers, I got all golds right now, just in case you guys didn't know, I got all golds, and then like we would lose anyway. And like I would still watch it go down, and I'm like, there was literally nothing I felt like I could have done better, and I feel like I perform well enough that I as an individual should be going up. And now like it is weird, and we can talk about this more if we want, but like how low everyone got ranked initially. But my DPS started as silver 5, which is like the lowest tier silver, and that sucked. But like then we played yesterday, and I got my next set of 7 wins that I'm now silver 1, and like to go up 4 ranks out of 7 wins, it's like that feels like a progression I want to keep working towards. Whereas before it was like I could spend an entire day playing this game and end up at the exact same spot I was before or lower, and like it feels like that's less likely to happen now, and it makes me want to grind more personally, because I feel like it's attainable.
So I really like it.
What's the new system? I didn't really like look into it. Is it like,
look, so you have 7 wins or 20 losses, and each 7 wins you get with a roll, it tells you how much you progressed. So essentially, let's say you're playing and you lose 4, but you win 7, it'll tell you how much you progressed, and you just see like your silver 5 go to silver 4 or 3, right? And I think it's good, because most of the time, at least for now, we're getting 7 wins more than we're getting 20 losses. Like
if you get 20 losses, something is wrong.
You don't belong where you are.
R.I.P. bro. R.I.P.
So most of the time we're seeing progress through winning, and then when we do win, we see the bar, we see like our rank go up, which is
what I really like? I really like that
bit.
screen like after you win, and it shows like the map and what characters you played. That's really cool.
Very well designed, and I'm enjoying it so far. That first time that I get the 7 wins and it goes down, I'm gonna be very sad.
Me too. I'm waiting for that day, bro. I'm like, no, not Elo hell.
But it does work a lot better, because when you lose, nothing really happens. You can't see anything happen, so you're just like, okay, well, next game, you don't see the score go down.
So when you get a 7 win streak or whatever, like when you get your 7 wins, does that reset the counter for 20 losses? Yes. At that point, it's like 0. Okay.
Yes.
God, I hope I never get 20 losses before I get 7
I know, right? I'm so scared.
Dude, and the funny thing is, they don't even tell you when you're like at 20 or even close to 20. You just imagine you're just like playing, all of a sudden, yep, 20 losses. There you go.
You're like 6 wins in. It's like, all right, I just need 1 more, guys.
It counts ties too. The losses count ties too. So it's even more scary. Well.
What rank you guys right now?
So at the moment, I haven't placed DPS. DPS has always been my worst, so I'm kind of scared for those. But both my support and tank, like mid-silver, and like in Overwatch 1, I was like borderline plat, so it's not exactly where I want to be, but we're going to get there.
Gold right now, but I think I got placed there because I left off the highest in Overwatch 1, so I think it just put everyone 2 ranks below.
2 ranks down. I'm silver 2 and everything right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was weird because I remember like for that night that we were doing rank matches, Fahad and I were pretty much like DPS partners almost that entire night, and up until like the last 2 games, and we went like 5-2 or something like that when I left, and then we both got silver 5, and it was like we got like more than double our wins versus our losses. So it was really weird, and that was after they rolled out that patch where they said, "Oh, everyone's gonna place higher now than what they were at the beginning." I was like, we would have got like bronze -7. I don't know.
Technically, -7 isn't bad. Bronze 7 is real bad.
But at least you guys will steamer on the way out.
The experience itself, I think it's pretty much Overwatch. If you're teamed up with a group, you're gonna have fun. If you're playing with Randies, it's playing with Randies, you know?
I think that's this game's. Yeah, this game's biggest weakness is definitely. Sorry, this game's biggest weakness. I was just gonna say is when you have to play with Randies. It's like it really takes a lot of the fun out of it because the matchmaking is fully busted. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Fahad?
Oh, my head just thinking about that other game, Chris, yesterday with the Reaper.
And so many levers, so many
levers, bro. I was gonna say the toxicity is still there, but I honestly do think like I haven't seen like that many people mention like the scoreboard. I think the whole medal system, getting rid of it, really did help. Because I swear, back then, everyone would always mention, bro, I have gold damage as a tank, bro. What are the DP? Oh, you're a tank, bro. Like, of course you can have gold damage. But, you know, people see that scoreboard, they'll analyze it for themselves, but, you know, they don't really, like, compare it that much, right? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I personally like all the changes they've done. Is it perfect? No. But it's giving me a reason to play this game consecutively, which I couldn't have said for Overwatch 1 for like the past 2 years.
I think it's a lot less toxic for your team itself, because you can see, for example, if you're playing a Genji, most of the time you're not going to have gold except maybe Elims, or like a Tracer.
Sombra with low damage, like it makes sense.
Yes. So you can see the scoreboard, what each individual is doing, and like just kind of like how much people are healing, if we need to switch because we're not healing enough. It's a lot more, you get a lot more info, so overall it's like, it's not, dude, medals were so toxic looking back into it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh man, the one thing I hate is the DPS more always complaining they're doing the most damage and healing.
I mean, there's a reason all the DPS Mora memes like right now are so prevalent, because
you can see it. You can see it.
First off, you can see it. Second off, I think she's gonna be one of the most accessible new heroes for people, because new people that pick up the game, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm doing so much damage. Like, look at my stats on the scoreboard, you know? Like, I can do so much utility, even though they're playing her wrong, right? But, yeah, I don't know. I still think the scoreboard's better overall as a thing.
100%. And especially when you hold it and it shows your stats too on the right. I like that. I don't know if you guys notice that a lot, but it shows like,
oh yeah, I don't pay attention.
How many earth shatter.
Yeah, I've never paid attention to that.
How many people you saved as a support.
How many people you saved. It's really good. It gives you a lot of insight on what you're doing.
Yeah, I've seen something like that on Valorant. They've been doing it for a while already.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Overwatch 1 is like, you have the most damage, but who knows? Who knows what's happening outside? you just know you have the most damage. That's it. Most objective time. You could be feeding. You could be feeding in the objective.
That OBJ time. You're gonna need that if you want to win.
Got gold healing as Roadhog, baby.
Oh, that's the worst feeling.
Yeah. I will say the ping system though. That ping system, I'm so thankful for it. At the beginning, I wasn't using it because it was so awkward for me, but now I use it so much.
Dude,
the more we play,
anything and everything. Widows, flankers, even turrets.
I'm really glad they used that, or they added that.
Dude, it just makes sense. You know, like every other game has it. It's not that hard to put it into the game.
Makes sense. Do you think this game, like, what do you think's more important? Like how they manage the battle pass and skins and stuff to give you like those fresh rewards, or do you think it's like about like the hero balancing and like what, like if the game is like what you feel like, you know, like if this current meta is like good, is it gonna keep people playing?
Bro, just release heroes, bro.
Yeah.
Just release.
I just care about that.
Just release heroes and maps, and that's it. That's all.
Like,
I care.
People like us
who've
been playing for a while. Of course, we just want new content, like you said, new heroes, new maps. But me personally, I want it to be balanced. I want buffs. I want nerfs to come in. I want them to be active in the game. Just something they didn't do in Overwatch 1, and it's something we wanted to see.
Yeah, I think it depends on like what audience you're talking about, because like I think the casual audience is going to care a lot less about
that's true.
whatever the competitive scene is and stuff like that. But I feel like they are going to live and die by how the battle pass is supported, how much content is coming out. And I think the content obviously matters the most for both people, but both groups, I guess. But I think if you really want to focus on like what has made Fortnite and Apex successful over time, it's like I only hear like really hardcore people talking about like the meta of any of those games. Like look at Fortnite when it seems like it got big again recently whenever they did the no build mode. It's stuff like that. It's like, and if Overwatch were to really revamp their seasonal content, I think that could be something that could keep people back too. Or the biggest thing will probably be whenever they release the PvE, whenever that is and whatever that looks like. I think that matters a lot more to the general public than
that's true.
The little things.
I liked your daily topic today, Chris, after what we were talking about yesterday.
It was after I was talking about that and also seeing how much the Kiriko skin costs. I was like, that's this could be a new contender for my topic was what game have you spent the most money on?
And, man.
I think this one, because I was like talking to Judge, who is a member of the community, and it was so funny hearing how much he's already spent on this game which again goes to what we were talking about earlier with new players. It's like some people I think that are coming from other games are still more used to this than we are, because he was like, oh yeah, I've just bought all these extra skins for these characters because they don't have anything, and otherwise they're going to be working with the base stuff. And it's just, I think it's a tougher pill for us to swallow, having seen the grass being green on the other side.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I kind of did the same thing when I first started playing Overwatch. But since we've been playing for so long, we've been able to collect a bunch. So I think that's why like that part is low for us.
That is true. We are biased because like we've collected so many skins over the years. Like that Kiriko skin, it's cool. I'm not gonna buy it because I have so many other skins I can use.
Yeah, the Jungle Queen skin is actually really cool too. But it's bottom line is it's directed towards new people. Like I think Ash bought the Sojourn skin, and she's brand new to the game.
Coach bought it too.
It is a trade-off, because if you guys say that you do care more about the gameplay and the balancing than the skins themselves, then this is the way that we get people who care about the skins to spend money on the game, so we get more consistent gameplay and heroes. So
why can't we just get both?
I think there's a way. There's a way to please both crowds. Oh,
the other for sure.
I feel like honestly, I wouldn't. If the skins were just a little cheaper, I wouldn't mind it as much. Like I think a maximum like 15 maybe for a legendary. Screw the bundles and all that crap. I'd be more okay with. But then just seeing like $26 just to get this Kiriko skin, you can't buy it by itself, so you have to spend $26 to get it. Like that's kind of outrageous.
That is outrageous, and I hope they do work.
A good example is with Valorant. They'll release a big bundle with multiple guns, accessories like charms and sprays. You can buy each individual part for a higher price, or buy the bundle, and you can save money and incentivizes to buy the bundle.
That's what Overwatch should do. Yeah, that is a good example. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's what they should do, but they're just so desperate. That's why they're doing this.
It's like, again, like I said before, with the battle pass being 10, like just make the legendaries 10. Like say either you can get all of this for $10, but you have to work for it over time, or you can buy one right now for $10. Like that just feels like a logical connection between those. To say that it's like almost double that for one, it's just, I would have 100% already bought some of the skins that have been in the shop that like I wanted, even if like in the back of my mind I'm like, man, I could have just got this free if I'd gotten a loot box before, if I'd gotten lucky. But $19 is just not sustainable. Like, and normally being more than that whenever it's more. So.
And then what I was referring to is because we are biased. I'm saying so any amount of money for me at least, it's like, damn, I'm spending money on a skin that would have gone for free. But at the same time, we weren't getting updates. We weren't getting content. So if this is the trade-off for content, then I'll take it, and hopefully they work on it. But I'll take it. I value that over my skins, and it sucks that I can't get them all now. But that's why I'm saying it's a trade-off. It really is.
Respected.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to touch a little bit on the Overwatch League. I don't know how much you guys watch it. I know Richard watches it a lot. If with the Overwatch League, I guess, have you watched any? How much have you watched? And I guess what do you think they could do to like get you into it more? Because me personally, like, I'm a big esports fan, and I just think like a game needs to have a successful esport to like get everyone, especially like your mid to like higher tier players are gonna like be really attracted to it, and then you'll see like the pros basically create the meta, so you'll see like the game change as they develop stuff. So I was just curious as to like how deep, if at all, you guys were into that.
Probably in here, Rich is like the most into it.
Richard watches while we're at work. Like, he watches a good amount.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I probably watched every game this season. But I'm a big fan of the Overwatch League. I'm a big fan of esports in general. Like, I watch Smite. I've been watching that for years, and I started watching Valorant recently as well. I started watching Overwatch League in like 2020, and so COVID hit, and COVID was actually really hard for this sport. They did a bunch of LANs, and then they had to go to online only, and it's hard with teams being all over the world. The league's been a lot better recently. They're doing live events in China, Korea, here in America as well. Worlds is going to be in Anaheim this year, so everything's starting to get back to normal. So I want to see what the league looks like now, because these live events will be great for the player base. The new people coming in, and there's people just been waiting to see and like interact with these players.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of like lead the question with it, as far as like, I guess, what'll get you. Because I feel like if the league is dying, like the league, like COVID and the other stuff hitting the league, yeah, it hurt it to where like some of this money that we're having to spend now on our skins and stuff is probably like a little bit to do with that. So I guess it's just like, what could they do to get you to watch, if there's anything they can do?
I think it's a good job. They're doing a good job with like the skin stuff, like watch and like get these tokens to get
incentivizing more rewards would help a lot.
I think that's good.
I also think I know COVID really hurt this too, but having a lot more like home games would help out a lot, because
home stands and like other conventions.
Yeah, live events, because the amount of times me and Saad have like said, we haven't yet because of just like our schedule conflicts. But like, if a game comes back near where we live, like, we want to go, we want to rep our teams there and all that. And it'd be fun to be at a live event and all that. So I think those are the two big things that would like get me back into the league, I guess.
So back in the day, I used to play Pokemon, and I would travel and go to tournaments and conventions. And those experiences were like amazing. Going to these live events and seeing people play on stage, and meeting new people and making new friends. It just made me like appreciate the game more.
You're there with everyone, and you all love the same thing, so it's just a nice experience.
The thing that sucks is just it seems like not as many people are interested in the Overwatch League. Like, I hear stories of season 1 and stuff, but now it's just not as many people talk about it, and just it feels like it's on a decline, and that can be because of COVID or the lack of content.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a lot of unfortunate events, not necessarily anything like people just became disinterested. It's just unfortunate.
All like the lawsuits and the allegations and stuff, that also I think played a part as well.
That adds to it, but
yeah, I'm not a huge esports guy, but I did watch a little bit of it the first season just because I loved the game that much and I wanted to see what that level of play looked like. And I think from someone who's almost like on the outside, since it's not my big thing. Like, and you can't force this, but having like personalities on the team, like someone like or something I could identify with, whether it's like an individual on the team that's like, you know, kind of their spokesperson or something like that, or even just letting the individuals have more of a platform to speak or do something other than just have a logo, you know, something that I could identify with. I think would make me want to align with the team more, because like I don't have any of the teams like near me, so it's not, I don't have that draw of like, oh, this is my city, I'm gonna go for them. And like, I don't know, otherwise it's like, what, these are just a bunch of random people playing this game. Like, it's cool, they're great at it, it's like nice, but there's no extra draw.
Yeah, they gotta do like a better job. Storylines make it like so. In our fantasy football league, bro, I sent a storyline. I sent like almost like a page long storyline for the week of the league. Like who's been beefing in the chat. Like when I watch like who's vetoing trades. Like who's about to like fight. Like it just, I love the storyline,
right?
It's just a long instigation message, and I love it. And like other esports, like COD, like I like COD, like it's a fun game to watch, but like you also like the players. There's like the personalities are so huge. Like you have like dudes like Scump and like Crim and like all these dudes, and they're so accessible to Twitter too, for better or worse. But you'll occasionally see like two pro players like talking trash to each other on Twitter, and it's just like, and you see like the interaction, you're like, oh damn, I can't wait till they play, or I can't wait to like see like all that.
That does help.
Yeah, it just
that's why everyone loves TSM.
There's some of that, but I honestly don't see it a lot.
Before it imploded, it was the same with Smash. Like I watch competitive Smash and I'd be like, oh, what's Hungrybox gonna do today? Like who's he gonna piss off? You know, like it's just like all these people that like you're more motivated, I feel like, to be like, oh, so and so is in this game, I care about them, I'm gonna watch this game, than like, oh, these are just 5 groups of people, you know, 5 people on each team that like I don't really care about.
I think it's their marketing.
Yeah, marketing too. Look, man, take 5 from the Raid team group chat, dog, from like your little scrims y'all run. Go turn up the Overwatch League.
They'll be like, what rank are y'all? Silver.
We would run contenders.
I won't be a coach or player. I'll be like the team instigator. I'll just talk
the hype man.
For better or worse.
You'll be writing the fanfic. That's fine.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
You know, when I first started playing Overwatch, watching the league actually, really helped me understand the game more. Learn, some interactions. I see, these top tier players and see how they play, and I want to imitate that in my games. So I think the Overwatch League is definitely, I think for this newer fan base that's coming in, I think it's something that they can watch.
Makes sense. You gotta be a little committed to watch it, like, because like even like watching a team, like a 5v5 team fight, you just have abilities and stuff flying everywhere. It's kind of like hard to like understand. I remember that was like something one of my complaints when I first started. I mean, I know how to play the game, but I just in the thought of like a new viewer, because there are people who just watch
entry barrier.
Yeah, like that was like my thing with like even other esports. Like when I started getting into like League of Legends, I had to like learn the game first before I could even process what the hell was going on in those fights.
I think just like the newer base, just to see what the top players do.
I think it's definitely great for a newer player. I mean, they'll hopefully get there. I think they've done a good job with the esport taking like a not back seat, but just kind of like, I guess, a passenger seat to like the main game, so they can get away with it. I just think like if they want to take their game to be like one of those top, put in the likes of like Valorant, League, and Fortnite, I guess. Just you got to do something with the esport. Richard, do you have anything else?
Okay, I swear this is the last time you'll see me. This is actually where I tell the guys that I had some technical difficulties. Nice. If they only knew. Hope you've enjoyed.
Don't tell me, bro. Don't tell me.
This
okay.
That's what killed.
I don't want that repeat.
I forgot to hit record.
It's happened before. It's happened before, Chris.
All right, story time. So I think a couple years ago, we all started the podcast. We
called it the here we go again.
We talked about anime and gaming and entertainment news. And around the time of the Game of Thrones finale, we recorded an episode, and Norman just didn't hit record. So for like an hour and a half,
it was not 3 hours.
Just hung out in the Discord party, talking, thinking they were recording. So, with all this going on right now, I think we just all have PTSD. And after that, we never recorded again.
Ever again. Yeah. Dude, I literally was sitting there. I was like sitting there. I was like, come, hey, Richard, you know what? Let's just bring it back, man. Let's just bring it back. It's like, oh, yeah, everybody's like, no, they don't trust me. Like, you're the only one I can. you're the only one I can manipulate to get this going again.
Yeah, you tricked me, and I don't know how to get out of it now.
Look, man, look.
That's why I'm here right now, because Rich asked me.
Look, oh no, if I asked, they'd be like, all right, well, let's wait for you to fake. I'll wait for you to fold. I was on 3 hours of sleep, bro. But I got up. I was feeling better.
Good job. We appreciate you, Norman. Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty close to folding. I'm not gonna lie.
The only reason why he didn't fake is because I told him that he had to hit y'all up. Told me he was faking.
And then I was like, dude, if I have to tell them, they're gonna I'm never gonna hear the end of it. I was like, I don't have the heart for that. Let's record this. But I feel good.
That would have been a.
Aren't you happy?
That would have been a moment of all time.
Oh, dude, no, I am more than happy. Got to do a podcast with the boys. Granted, it was about Overwatch, but there are more topics for the future.
Kingdom Hearts.
Exactly.
Okay. And hearing about your guys' opinions made me like, wow, this game has hope.
All right, fine. We'll make a deal. When Norman finishes the Kingdom Hearts series, we'll do a podcast.
Oh, never.
That was not even a good suggestion.
Don't make me take this out on y'all. Don't make me take this out on y'all, okay?
Dude, I think I deleted it like right after that stream. Not gonna lie,
bro. What?
Oh wait, we're strapping up.
Oh, Chris is go.
Hey, I think I had to download something else. That's why.
What do you have? You play like 3 games.
Okay, I was like, oh man, Gabe, where's yours, Gabe?
There you go.
I don't have mine.
Let's go.
Yep, the real fans are here. Yep.
Damn, Gabe. Looks like they're more Kingdom Hearts fans than you are.
I guess they are, but do they have this?
Oh, I forget.
You got a hole in your wrist, bro. You got a hole in your wrist on my screen.
Is that a Winston tattoo, dude? That's crazy.
Bro, you gotta go see a doctor. You gotta go see a doctor.
Winston's shoulder on your shit. That's funny. That is funny. Oh man. But I think we covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today for Overwatch. We'll probably do another, maybe like a post season 1 podcast to see how you guys finished and how the game's been going from there. Be probably nice or something like that. But I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I'd like to definitely thank our first 3 guests of the Raidchat podcast coming back to life, back with some gaming content. We'll have a sports pod probably dropping tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, definitely a big thanks from Fahad, Chris, and Gabe.
You guys are making me anxious with your keyblades. You look like you're about to beat someone up, bro.
Hey, man, I might have to, bro. I might have to. Rich, how's our progress in Kingdom Hearts 1, Rich?
Wow, that was a hot mess. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed that video. Again, I just want to thank Chris, Fahad, and Gabe for taking their time and doing this with us. This was a lot of fun. Hopefully we do this again, and I promise the audio will be better. Peace.